Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nobakis binti Zainuddin and my matric number is 270497. And my partner is Nur Hasha Adila binti Abdul Rahman and her matric number is 269591. So today I would like to present chapter 14, which is the last topic for this subject. So our topic is noise and vibration hazard. Firstly, I would like to present about noise. So, what is noise? Noise is also known as a sound, but for more specific, the meaning of sound is a pressure variations in an elastic medium, usually air, that stimulate the auditory nerve and produce hearing. Moreover, from a physics standpoint, it is same as a vibrations but perceived differently. For example, sound has a higher frequencies, perceived auditory, and we can hear it but not felt anything. Next, noise usually is designed as unwanted sounds. This is because not all sounds perceived as noise. For your information, unwanted is subjective. For example, as we know that music to one person's ears may be noise, but not to another person's. Therefore, noise also have exposure effects. There is two effects from psychological, which is um, stress related, and stress leads to this. First, psychological stress related to annoyance, irritation, and nervousness. Um, Not only that, it is also can related to inability to concentrate, decreased productivity, and interference without communications. Moreover, psychological leads to increased BP, heart rate, gastrointestinal problem, and sleep disorders. So next is how the noise move and disperse in the air. Sound waves traveling through air are indeed longitudinal waves with compressions and rarefactions. As sound passes through air, the particles of air do not vibrate in a transverse manner. The air particles to actually act as a medium between the source and listener. Next, the noise moves in the air because it is cause rarefactions and compressions of air particles and force them to carry certain sound energy. And due to this, the sounds travel in air and it makes you to intake and listen to the sounds. Next is, okay, let's see about understanding decibels. Okay, what is decibels? Decibel is when you measure noise levels with a sound level meter. You measure the intensity of noise and call it as a decibel units, which is dB. Understanding decibel is to express level of sounds meaningfully in numbers that are more manageable. A logarithmic scale is used and using 10 as the base and rather than in a linear one because this is difficult to read 14-digit numbers. Next, a sound 10 times more powerful is 10 dB. A sound 100 times more powerful than near total silence in 20 dB, and a sound 1000 times more powerful than near total silence is 20 dB, 40 dB, and so on. Next, a sound meter use a display with a decibel range and a resolution to approximate to the ear's dynamic range, and it is usually the upper range rather than the quiet part. For example, if the 3 dB increase, the sound energy is double. But meanwhile, if the 3 dB decrease, the sound energy is half. Okay, so go to the next slides. Decibel meter. What is decibel meter? Decibel meter is to measure noise intensity, which is unit decibel. We use the short form like dB. For example, if decibel is 00, the sound source from low threshold of hearing. Another example, if the decibel 40 to 45, the sound source from the conversation between the act at a theatre or at the hotel lobby conversation. And if the maximum decibel is 170, the sound source is from the shotgun. Next is hazard levels and risiko. Hazard level is the intensity of the noise, which is the sound pressure level. There is a type of noise at the hazard level, which is wideband, narrowband, or impulse. Hazard level also have the total duration of exposure. The duration is in the number of years. Other than that, hazard level also have a age of the individual and a nature of environment in which exposure occurs. Next, we have a risk. Risk will happen to the unprotected human ears. It is risk when it is exposed to the sound level exceeding 115 dBA. Next, the risk is exposure to 80 dBA is generally safe, but if prolonged, it should be minimized through PPE. The noise should be limited to a maximum 8 hours per time with average of 85 dBA. And the exposure that less than 80 dBA may be considered safe for the purpose of risk assessment. And the last one is a time wave average of 85 dBA should be considered the maximum limit of continuous exposure over 8-hour days without protection. Okay, next, let's see the other impact of noise exposure. There is 5 impact. The first one is effect upon blood pressure. Second is effect upon the ability to concentrate. And third is the detrimental to productivity. Fourth is turnover injuries. And the last one is impact to the difficulty to communicate and to hear warning signals.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhasha Aida binti Abdul Rahman. My matric number is 269591. Next, I will continue with vibration hazards. What is vibration? Vibrations are mechanical oscillation transmitted to human body through direct contact. Vibration is caused by work equipment performing repetitive or continuous movements. For example, power-driven tools, mobile appliances, and rotating machines. Characteristics of vibration is divided into three, which is displacement, velocity, and acceleration. Displacement is the amplitude or distance between the peaks of vibration. Velocity is the changing rate of displacement to time, and acceleration is the changing rate of velocity to time. There is three types of vibration, which is free vibration, forced vibration, and damped vibration. Free vibration to indicate that there is no external force causing the motion. Free vibration occurs when mechanical system is set in motion with initial put and allowed to vibrate freely. For example, pulling a child back on a swing and letting it go. Forced vibration occurs when time-varying disturbance like load, displacement, or velocity is applied to a mechanical system. For example, moving vehicle caused by an engine root. Damped vibration, the periodic vibration of a body of decreasing amplitude in presence of resistive force. For example, sound produced by tuning fork in longer distance. Next, there is two types of vibration effects, which is mechanical effects and physiological effects. A vibration can affect the whole body. For example, fatigue, headache, loss of balance, and shakiness. Also, segmental vibration affects a section of the body, especially on hands and arms. Physiological effects. a worker can get breathing problems, changes in muscles, tendons, bones, and joints. Also, they can get heart rate and hand-arm vibration syndrome. There is two types of vibrational problem, which is Raynaud syndrome and hands-arms vibration syndrome, HAVS. Raynaud syndrome is a rare disorder of the blood vessels, usually in the fingers and toes. It can cause their blood can get to the surface of the skin, so their fingers will turn white and blue. Hands-arms vibration syndromes, it causes changes in the sensation of the fingers, and it can cause to permanent numbness of fingers, muscle weakness, and bulks of white fingers. Lastly, control at source or reservoir. Source or machine mechanically isolate the vibrating source to reduce exposure, for example, maintenance, balance, and speed. Also, install vibration or absorption damping seats. Next, reservoir, person or worker. The workers need to use an appropriate tools such as personal protective equipment or PPE and gloves for medical monitoring to evaluate the exposure to a factor that give impact on their health. Lastly, ensure the workers are not involved in the consumption of smoking and drugs. That's all from me. Thank you.